Hey, 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 welcome to the show, everybody. Ooh, I got a little extra going on here with the lights tonight, but it's all good. It's all good. Welcome to the show this evening. So glad to have you in the building with me. So, this is part two of the Ask Me Anything or Q&A or office hours. So I want to get your questions tonight on the Purposeful Productivity Show, and we're going to chop it up. Of course, I do have a couple of demos that I have prepared to share with you in the event that you don't have a whole bunch of questions, but I'm hoping that each and every one of you have at least one question about a tool, a technique, a process, a workflow, something that you're curious about, or something that you've been working with that maybe I can get you a little bit further or closer to the finish line on that item. So use tonight to ask your questions, and I am going to get back to something I promised uh, you to show you this evening. So let's say if you are if you're new here, go ahead and put in that's see making mistakes already, but put in hashtag newbie, and if you are have been here with it, just put in hashtag live tribe. And I want to let's say hello to those who are already chiming in and here with us. So I'm going to start with Frank Jackson, one of our moderators. Hello, and moderators, salute to you. Glad to have you here. And of course, you're in there waving at me. Y'all, help him. Help him. And good evening and happy Friday to the Emotional CEO. So glad to have you here with us. Another one of our moderators, always serving. So these are the people with the wrench that if you have something you need or need to know anything about me, that they'll share. They'll answer your questions as well. And oh my goodness, I'm so excited to see you here this evening because I know that you have been working diligently. You've been doing a lot of driving with your dad. Good to see he's inching along, getting a little bit closer every day. Roy, so glad to have you, tech troublemaker. And I think, yes, I did see. Hey, oh, yes, I'm going to say something. This is going to make one person happy and one person not happy. But welcome, Ravens Talk with Yolanda. Yolanda, uh, you and Frank going to be battling. The Ravens and the Giants play this week. It's gonna be interesting. So let's not have a brawl breakout in the chat, but y'all can rib each other a little bit. Just a little bit. But I will say, the Ravens are gonna win. Just saying. Don't get me. Don't get me. So glad to have you all in the building. Yes, please go ahead and start putting your questions in. And I'm going to hang out for a little bit, but I do want to share something which is a little bit different. It's a little bit different than what I normally show, but I want to show this because it can be a productivity boost. Excuse me, I need to get a little bit of water here because I feel like I got too many noises happening. Um, it can be a productivity boost. It's a tool for everyone who has a channel and you're producing either pre-recorded videos, shorts, live streams, or posts even, but primarily videos, shorts, and live streams. It can be a productivity boost for you. So I want to share this with you this evening because if you haven't gotten it, I think you'll really like it. Oh, let me get Yolanda off the screen here. All right. So yesterday, I noticed in my studio right here and you can't see my mouse, but under the where it says channel content, there's a new option that says inspiration. If you haven't checked it, and the reason this is a productivity boost, as you're generating ideas, it's a resource to help. So if you click on it and go there, depending on how many and I figured this out, depending on how many pre-recorded videos you have, and I don't have that many yet, this would, if you have enough, it will pre-populate with some ideas for additional videos based on your channel and the content of those videos that you already have. However, if you don't have enough pre-recorded videos, as you can see I don't, here you can put a prompt in, and it says describe a topic to the right where it says let's brainstorm. Describe a topic to create the idea. So if I just say I want to, my topic is going to be task management. Just pick something, right? And then, and you've got a 500 character limit. So you can put a pretty long prompt in here. You can say, let's see, SEO friendly, and you can say encouraging. So you can, I'm really butchering this prompt right now, but whatever. You can write a prompt and then click the button that says create ideas. And based on your channel, you'll get some ideas for future videos. It even will give you some inspirational ideas for thumbnails. Then you can dig in. So let's say how to build a daily task management system. It will then give you an outline of what that video could include, outline ideas. It'll give you some title ideas for the video, and it'll give you some thumbnail ideas, and you can generate more. If you want more content or more ideas, you can add additional prompts in. It even gives you some suggestions like get things done, for example, and then you can regenerate. So the beauty of it, this is what I love about this thing. Let me go back. You can save, I clicked on it wrong. You can save the ideas. So you can stack those under saved ideas and come back to them. Is this something that you will just use the way? No, you wouldn't use it the way it comes, but it gives you a place based on your content in your channel and your audience to get started and just brainstorm. I see this as a huge productivity boost. If you're using this feature already, put it in the chat and let me know. I would love to know if any of you, Roy, Yolanda, especially, are you using this? Have you played with it, tested it, taken it out for a test run yet? Would love to know. So I wanted to share this. It's not the traditional productivity tools that I talk about, but I do talk about and share with you generative AI ideas. And this is a generative AI tool that's built right into the studio at this point and has been released. So wanted to share that with you and see if it's a boost for you at all. So if you're using it, let me know. I would love to test it. And so it just started releasing this week. It showed up in my studio yesterday. Actually, I'll say it this way. The first time I saw it and noticed it in my studio was yesterday. And so I did a little bit of testing with it. And it's it doesn't replace using everything else that you use, whether it's Gemini or Claude or ChatGPT or Perplexity or any of the others. But it can be a quick way, vidIQ, TubeBuddy, they all have a form, but this, you don't have to then take and tell the other tool base the answers you give me on my channel and then externally link over to your channel. It's right there. So I'm glad, Yolanda, that it is useful to you that you had not seen it already. So Yolanda says, I like this. I've never used it and I will start. Thanks. Well, I'm glad that I shared a productivity tool with you to get you started. And of course, yeah, I actually can't wait because I think our Ravens gonna beat the Giants. I'm in trouble. I'm sorry. So, um, yeah, that's where we are with that. I keep doing the wrong thing here today. So last week, one of the things that we we talked about was using Google Forms and linking a Google form to a spreadsheet. And it's easy to do and it's something that I do all the time. So I created just a little two or three item Google form. I'm going to drop it in chat. If you go to that link on your phone or wherever, you'll get to the form that I created. And if somebody will go there, this will make more sense because you'll see the data coming in. Hopefully, I can do this without causing a whole lot of harm. So I'm going to go to, uh, I'm going to try to use Pro Mouse, y'all. Well, where's my Pro Mouse? There it is. I'm going to attempt to use Pro Mouse. Let me know if you can see the Pro Mouse. Just respond, yes, I can, so you can see where it is on the screen. I think you can. So my mouse is moving. So I'm on a form. I created this form and it's very simple. It's just your name and some text, show name and description. So what I want to do is link this form to a spreadsheet. Now, what I did was I pre-created a spreadsheet. So what I'm going to do is in settings, I'm no, in responses, link to sheets. If you don't have, you have two options: create a new spreadsheet or select an existing spreadsheet. I always use select an existing spreadsheet. So then you select and you can go to where you place the form. In my case, I placed the form in this projects folder in its sample form and insert it. So now I have linked that form to the spreadsheet. And all spreadsheets that are linked to Google Forms, the first column is always the timestamp when the person enters the information. And then the next columns are the fields in the spreadsheet. Remember, I showed you the spreadsheet. It had first name field and the show name and description field. So if anybody goes to the form that I put the link in and start filling in information, this spreadsheet will be populated with that information. That is how you link a Google form, a Google form to a spreadsheet and collect the data. Hey, Aubrey, so glad to have you in the building. So this was one of the questions that was asked. And again, I'm going to drop the link in chat. If you're anywhere where you can go to that link and just put it, you can put gibberish in because this is just for demo. and then I can start collecting. When you don't link a Google form to a spreadsheet, all of the responses are left in the form. And one of the community members was saying what they had been doing was manually copying the information that was filled into their form from the form here and manually moving it to a spreadsheet. Well, you don't need to do that. You just link the form to a spreadsheet. And at that point, you have access to the data. That's really, and so I create the spreadsheet, and the reason I do it that way. So thank you, Aubrey, for filling it in. So now let me go back and view in spreadsheet. And at this time, Aubrey put the information in. So now if I'm collecting information about guests to be on the show, for example, I don't have to type the information. I don't have to have it in an email and then I got to transcribe it. I've just got it in a spreadsheet. I know when they submitted it. I can take it and do other things with it and manage that information. I'll give you some use cases of how I actually use this. Now, I took it one step further and I created I don't think I brought that up. I created a Google site and just put the form on a Google site so that when you click on that link, it just goes to the site and you think you got a form. You don't have to go that far. I was playing and I had done that for something else and I wanted to experiment a little bit. So here you go. The reason I've done this in the past and the ways I've used it, um, working with a house of worship and having the members want to get baptized. That's an example. And so collect the information necessary for the members to get baptized or to have a child baptized, whatever the case may be. I then created an automation that took the information in the spreadsheet and filled it out, basically wrote the person a letter back, turned it into a PDF, and sent the PDF back to the person in an email of what they had filled out and saying, we've gotten your information. We'll contact you as soon as the date is set for the baptism. So collecting the data in the spreadsheet that I showed, the way I showed it, allowed me to read that spreadsheet. And every time a new entry came into the spreadsheet, Google email, then the spreadsheet had a part in it that said, oh, I got a new entry. It created this PDF, filled it in with the information in the spreadsheet, and sent the email off. And it sent the email to the person who submitted the request, and it sent a copy of the email to the person who managed the service, the baptism. It also saved a copy of that PDF in a Google Drive that had the name of the person getting baptized so that when you needed to go back and find it, you could. But all it took was a little bit of elbow grease to create the form, link it to a spreadsheet, set up the automation. Imagine any work that you do where you're collecting information from people regularly, being able to have that level of integration or automation where you're not having to copy and paste data in a whole bunch of different places and have it go back to the person. So if that was useful to you, let me know. Let me know. I would love to know. And if you have a question, please ask your question. And I saw not a new person, but another community member come in, so I want to greet her. And this I like the way she said this. Yay, I made it. Yay, you made it. I'm glad you made it too. Yeah, I done told my screen. I done turned stuff off. I gotta turn stuff back on. Not that. That. There you go. Ecam. Ecam for the win. Yes, yes, I'm glad you made it as well, Miss Natalie Johnson Lee. And um and Aubrey. So Aubrey is my writing buddy. Aubrey is my writing buddy. Aubrey, I'm going to show you this. And I messed up one of my pens. I'm going to show it to you. I'm so mad and I haven't been able to get this off. So Aubrey, this is one of my Lamy Studios. I wasn't paying attention and I ended up with ink in the cap and didn't realize it and took it off and posted it. So now I have ink all around the this part of the body and I can't get it off. I'm so disappointed with myself. I have never done that in all the years that I've collected pens, but this I actually have it as a set. I've got the ballpoint which I use on certain paper and I've got the fountain pen that goes with it. So this is one of the ones when I say I'm using my studio, this is the one I'm using. It's this kind of rose colored Lamy Studio. I wanted to share that with you since you're here. All right. Anyone have questions? Anyone have questions? Oh my goodness. Hey Laura, how are you? So glad to have you. Laura is a powerhouse. Totally just getting started with automation. Where would you suggest tools to start for a low budget? Frankly, Laura, this is a great question. And one of my favorite tools is Google. Low budget because, and it's much more powerful than we think. The example that I showed just before you got here, if you didn't see it, is using, let me switch screens, and I may not be able to show it totally, but using a Google form, a simple Google form, so you can, for whatever you're collecting, and linking that form to a spreadsheet. And once you link the form to the spreadsheet, you can use a free tool and add a plugin to the spreadsheet so that every time someone fills out the form and the information goes into the spreadsheet, you can have it create a PDF with the information from the spreadsheet, write an email, attach that spreadsheet to that PDF to the email, and automatically send the email to the person who submitted the form and to yourself or someone else, and save the PDF in a folder on Google Drive and name the PDF a certain name. And the example I used, I was using something for a house of worship, and I had it save the PDF with the name of the person that was getting baptized. So one of the fields said, "Give me the name of the person getting baptized." So it took the name of the person in that field and it named the PDF that and saved it. So it was literally, once the form was set up, you didn't have to take phone calls. Not that you don't want to. You didn't have to go back and forth in email asking for information because the person filled the form out. And you could still track when it was submitted. And then I had an extra field that said when the event would happen, so I could keep track of when it happened, whether it got canceled or not. So Laura, you hit me up in Discord. Yeah, I know you know how to find me. Hit me up in Discord and I can I actually, yeah, do that, but I'll try to record a little video and I'll share it with you in Discord to show you how to do the whole PDF creating that part because it took a little bit of I've got to go back and look at the old system. I don't remember. I have to go look it up. That's why it's in Google. I know that because everything I used was in Google and it was all free. I didn't have to pay for anything. But I'll look it up because I've set up several of these and I just do it when I want to do it and I'm not thinking about it. But I'll record you a video and share it with you. Okay. But that's a easy peasy. The other thing I've done, I shared, is I dropped the link in chat. Okay, Miss Natalie. You too? Okay. Um, that after I made this demo form, I created a free Google site, which is basically a web page. And in Google Sites, one of the plugins is forms. So I just put the form on the Google site. When I share the site, the person just goes there and they see the form, can fill it in, and they don't know anything. I mean, they can see. I'm going to put the link back in chat again. You can see that it's a Google form because it says it's a Google form at the bottom. But there was no money. It was just a few minutes of time. I just create a blank spreadsheet and then I link them. And then I threw the form on that Google site, published it, and this is the link. I didn't do anything. I didn't go through figuring out a whole domain and all of that, which you can. But on that Google site, if I wanted to have additional information, I could have it on the site and make it easy for the person who's filling it out. Hey, Ananea, welcome to the show. We're just answering questions this evening, so please get your questions in. Ask your questions this evening. Now, this is part 2 of my Q&A, and I want to answer your questions. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button, y'all. See, I'm still messing up. It's okay, though. It is okay. So, hello, Miss. That's Frank. That's not her. Hey, Miss Inanea. Glad to have you. She's all set. So, another one of our moderators, and moderator salute to you all. You all do matter. And I'm excited that you are here. Ask questions. I want to answer the question that's important to you. So I have another homework or another video, and that is walking through extending this spreadsheet so it does some of the automation for you. Absolutely. The most difficult, the time consuming part is figuring out what information you want to collect. So in the order that you ask the questions so that your spreadsheet has the information in it the way you want to see it. And you can build some pretty powerful forms with branching in Google Forms. Is it the most polished? No, but you can make them look pretty decent. You can put headers, you can put backgrounds and other things, but you can get pretty far. You can get pretty far. All right, we have another question here. Hello, Miss Danae. I think, yeah, you've come back. You need to put in hashtag live tribe now because you family. So I am unfamiliar with Spreadsheet. However, I'm on Facebook Live every Thursday wanting to learn how to implement this into my field. Can I get more idea of how this would work for me? Let me just answer. Tonight I've gotten at least 3 people who want to know more. So what I'll do is because doing it on the fly, I need to go look at how I did it because when I want to do it, I just do it. And you asking me, and I don't remember all the names of the tools that I used in the account that I have it in. It's one that I can't share publicly. So I need to go look at that, but I will make a video and drop it on here on the channel that, and I'll use this demo account, and then you can, um, and it'll show you exactly how I did it, and it's all Google. There's nothing extra added other than that one little tool, and the rest of it is just filling out what you want it to say. Think about these are the things I would say. Think about what you want to collect on your form. Think about what you want your PDF, the letter, to say, because it literally is going to write the entire thing. So you have to make a template for that. Think about what you want the email to say, because you'll make a template email and it'll always use it. It'll create the email with that template email, the template PDF, and it'll fill in the information from the spreadsheet. And then that's really all you got. And then you just need to tell people that it's there, that makes sense. So, Danae, in your example, if you want to implement it in your field, if you in your show, like I could do this in the show, right? I could say, hey, if you have questions, post your questions, fill out this form, post your questions. I could then send you back the question with some additional information in an email so you know that I got it and that I intend to answer it. So it can be a very simple, very, very simple. And Laura, this does not replace what we know as a true question management system, but it can be a simple, just get my feet wet question management tool for you. So it depends on what it is you want to do to make it work for you. So please feel free to let me know more. And what you can always do is go to my website. It's right here on the bottom of the screen, florencedonald.live. You can set up a short, you'll see an option on there for clarity call. And you can set up your first clarity call. And it's just, I'll spend a little bit of time with you. I think that they're 30 minutes one time. And we can get into more detail about what you want to do. And then we can go from there. Laura, I have my Google form pretty much created, or at least I know what I want to put in, and I can get the data exported from the form to a spreadsheet, and then that's where everything is by hand. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and work on getting that video out to you because it's actually pretty straightforward. I just, off the top of my dome, I need to go back and look myself, and I can't go into that system publicly, so that's why I'm being hesitant. Does anyone else have a question? This was the one that I wanted to share with people from last week. All right. Last week we talked about using Apple Notes if you have Apple devices and you're looking for a straightforward way to capture your information as your primary note-taking system. And does anyone have any follow-up questions from that as well? I did get feedback from people who were already during the week who were already making changes because they had a whole list of notes that they had just thrown in the Apple Notes and it was disorganized and they were having a hard time finding it. So if you have questions about using Apple Notes to make it easier, let me know. The other thing that, earpiece just fell out. The other tool that Apple has made a big improvement on is the Apple Reminders app. And I keep doing this. I keep leaving comments on the screen. Yeah, Laura, yeah. A true question management system is smart. It's meant to have a team and and when you're just started out, if you don't have a team, that's to me get your feet wet with what you have until you can build enough of a team. And just, I'm gonna spill the beans a little bit. Laura is a professional question manager. She works does volunteer work with an organization that we both volunteer with, named Office Hours Global. And Office Hours Global has a daily YouTube show, and Laura is the lead question manager on that show, but it's a big production. Um, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. And Laura, I don't know if you're managing. I know you lead the team. I don't know if you're doing a lot of question management on Saturday and Sunday as well. But if you have questions about how to be professional and handle questions, she's the person. Let me just tell you, she is the person you want to talk to. Um, I will be hopefully in the new year taking some training from her myself. So Laura is a tremendous talent, and I have learned a lot just watching, just being in the room watching how she works and hearing from her. So, um, so one of the things I do want to let you know, oh, I got a couple things I want to let you know. Where did I put it? Well, I'll just type it in. I'll just uh, let you know. And I got your question, Danae. I'll come back to it. Um, I now have a shop, a merch shop. It's up and running. If you go to shop.florencedonald.live, you will see it. And let me see if I can go there right now and share a little bit with you. So here is the Equip Institute shop. We've got a bee mug, which is in, it's got some stickers if you love stickers. We've got t-shirts, hoodies, notebooks, tumblers, tote bags, a journal, a desk mat, a large desk mat. If you see the white mug here. So we're starting out with a small, simple list of items that we believe, but you all hear me talk about being equipped, but you're perfectly equipped already. You're already perfectly equipped. And this is a great way to just remind yourself that I got this. I can do what it is I'm endeavoring to do. I'm already perfectly equipped. And Yolanda, this one reminds me of you and what you said your mom said to you. It reminds me of that. And then I for those who don't know, who've never heard, I am a Christian. I am a faith person. And so prayer is tops on my list. Peace in my world is so important to me. Living on purpose and being productive. Those four principles, those four values are hugely important to me. So they represent who I am and how I operate quite well. So if you go there, you know, check us out. Check us out. And if you right here, this will take you directly to my website. And Danae, as I was telling you, you can go to the website and you can go to services, and the clarity call is right here, and you can schedule the session right here by clicking on schedule session. It'll book the time on the calendar. It'll send you a Zoom link, and I will show up. That's all you got to do. Make it real easy on yourself. So just sharing that with you all. If you haven't, if I haven't shared, I know the link is, the link is there, but maybe you haven't come to the site before. This is the site, and the shop is open, and I'm excited about having that available to you. So, Danae asked a question, and the question is wrong button. The team consists of, so Laura can answer that question for you. The team consists of in the case of what I was talking about with the office hours, it's a group of people who are media, broadcast, event specialists. That's what they do, that's their business. And there are a bunch of us who volunteered. I volunteered because I wanted to learn more about media and broadcast and understand. And there's no better way to learn than by doing. You can read and watch forever, but it's in the doing that you really hone your skills. So there are people like Laura who's leading teams. There are people who are doing thumbnail design. There are people who are doing research. There are the panelists who are answering questions every day for the community. There's a host who hosts the event, the daily show. There are readers, people who read the questions so that the audience and the panelists have time um, to process and think about what the question is and certainly prepare the answers and make sure that the community gets the information. There's a whole Discord server that's set up. So we were in there talking to each other all the time and going back and forth. If you are a person who, you do any kind of live streaming, any kind of live streaming, Office Hours Global is a gigantic boon to your productivity because you can ask virtually any question about cameras, tech, lighting, audio, process to do with video production, audio production, tools, how to use it. There's a whole system. There's pretty much a 23-hour a day meeting that's running that you can just pop in and say, I have a question. And there's somebody who's going to be there to answer your question. And the interesting thing is, the show has been going every day, 7 days a week since March of 2020. It's over 1,700 shows. If you did something every day, imagine how proficient you would be at that thing. And so it's people from all walks of life, people who knew nothing about virtual and people who know a whole lot. And we all get along, we all support each other, and we all give back, but we also gain so much by being connected. And that's how I met Laura. And just as an outgrowth, one of the shows um, that's a community show, I was studying and got to hear Laura's story, her background, and I was like, wow, wow. So productivity, you've heard me say it's about creating and producing. It's but there's a process to it. And part of it is learning how to educate yourself where you need education so that you shorten your learning curve because you have people who've done what you're trying to do already and you can use their lessons. And that's what Office Hours Global did for me. And it has grown. This particular broadcast has gotten better for me because of some of the lessons. And then I have other people that I connect with who are supportive. But Office Hours Global is it's a powerhouse because it's just like a whole different level. It is completely different level of people that you're dealing with. It's people who are do live streaming, but they also have done major broadcasts. When I say I mean like major broadcasts, like National Football League level broadcast. So that's a little bit about that and why I know her. Hello, Michael Femmons. Welcome to the show. Glad to have you in the building with us this evening. You're out there making it happen, sir. Continue with your growth. I'm happy for you. I'm pleased for you. No one else is asking questions this evening, and I don't want to bore you, so um, want to make sure you are also aware that I there will be content dropping next Friday and the following Friday, the next 2 Fridays in December, but I will not be live streaming. I'm taking a little bit of holiday time for me, but I will be producing. I've got a couple of videos that I'm gonna have available, and Laura is feel so Laura, I was trying not to say that. But yeah, there are office hours community members who worked in an Olympic Village in the last 2 Olympics, this one this summer and the one 4 years ago, and so many other high-end events. Um, and it's just a different group of people, and it has been helpful to me, and I've learned quite a bit. So I'm taking a couple of weeks off from the live stream, so I will miss you all. I will miss you all. I will miss you all because I love talking with you. And then in January, I am currently working on a series of videos about a particular topic that you all, if you've ever allowed if you've ever heard me, but I'll share this. Today, my primary information hub that I use is a product called Evernote. Been around since 2008. And a lot of people left Evernote and have gone to other tools, which is fine, but there's still a lot of us who use Evernote. The product has completely changed in the last 2 years. And so to help understand, get it out, I'm going to be releasing a series of videos about using that tool, the integrations, the connections, like with task management. It has truly become a platform where it can be an all-in-one work management with integration with your calendars, whether they're Google Calendar or Outlook Calendar. Right now, the 2 main ones. They're working on the Apple Calendar, but they haven't integrated it yet. Task management, um, co-editing with people who don't have an Evernote account, but being able to share a link and it opens up the note, and whether the person has an Evernote account or not, you can be working in the same note, and it's cross-platform. So it works the way my brain works. And I will be releasing more of that, and I want to release more recorded videos, especially tutorial style. And then we can come here on Friday, answer questions, and dig a little bit deeper in those topics. So that's mainly what I've got this evening. So excited that you all were here. Remember the shop. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Like and subscribe. Check out the description below because I keep all kind of goodies down there for you. Links to things that I use every day. And I only talk about tools, whether it's physical tools or software or books or whatever, that I actually personally use. And for the most part, there are things I've used for years. If it's something new, like what I showed at the top of the show, the Google inspiration that's now in the studio. And let me see if I can get back to it very quickly to show you in case you don't know that it exists. And Laura, this is one that I need to share with Josh and others because they may not, and it's not explicitly uh, applicable to office hours, but it's just nice to know that it's there. So if you weren't here, right here, this this inspiration tab is what I was talking about, and it gives you some ways to do some research and build ideas for shows if your content is that type of content where you're building out a series or just topics and you're putting content out. So I wanted to make sure I share that. And that was new for me just this week. So excited to be able to share that with you. So thank you, microfilmers, for reminding everybody to click the notification bell, the thumbs up, and the notification bell. Thank you so much for being a part of the community. And I'm just doing another check here to make sure that I haven't missed any questions. Do 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 do. Haven't missed any. So, for each of you who have been with me this evening and throughout the year, thank you. I would not be here without you because otherwise I'd just be talking to myself, and that's boring. And, there are some words for that. I'm so grateful to you. And coming in 2025, it is my desire, my heart's desire, to serve you with more content, more opportunities for me to support you because there's not everything can be put out on YouTube and answered publicly, which is why I make the site available. I have a community available, private community available, so that those questions that are really deep that aren't public, you have a way to get me available to help you and support you. And that's what I want to do. And so to the moderators, Frank, the emotional CEO, Joshua, and Inanea, we could not do this show every week, week after week, without you. And thank you from my heart. I thank you. And I look forward to seeing you all back here in January on a live stream. All right. And so, what I'm going to say to do is if you haven't, check out the video that'll be right here. Subscribe, like, come back and hang out with us and be a part of the live tribe. Good night, everybody.